I've spent my entire life listening to the stories that the older generations would tell of their lives. My grandparents both have wonderful tales of all the things that they would do as a family or even as a community. If you're from East Tennessee like I am, you've probably heard stories of how a multitude of people would gather and work the tobacco fields, or how they would all come together and put up hay, or perhaps how every fall they would all go to the garden and harvest their crops that they had worked so hard for all summer. In the Appalachian foothills, the fall was always a very busy time of the year. That's when most of your crops needed harvesting. That's also when you would do any canning or storing food so that you would have food for the winter. In hearing these stories, a small part of me has always wished that I could have participated in them. Back then, life for many people was very hard. But when you hear them tell the stories of it today, they paint such a wonderful picture of a simple time and a time of fulfillment. Folks back then had traditions, and they were very faithful year after year to make sure that those traditions lived on. As time went on and society got busier, many of these traditions have simply died. People don't get together anymore for family reunions. Heck, some people don't even get together for Christmas or Thanksgiving. I personally wanted so bad to start a tradition, or perhaps even multiple traditions, that my children can grow up living and hopefully one day tell their grandkids about. I want them to have memories of all of our family and friends gathered up on a cold, wet October Saturday morning around two brass kettles suspended over a wooden fire, stirring sliced apples for hours upon hours until they finally become apple butter. So that's exactly what we've done for the past 2 years. So far, we've made it 2 years in a row, and Lord willing, this fall, we will make it a third. I hope we're fortunate enough to keep this going for many years to come. This past year, I had asked my best friend Garrett to video the entire day. I don't know if you've ever seen apple butter made, but it is not a short process. So I wasn't sure what I would ever do with all of the footage that would be gathered that day, but I knew that I wanted it. See, the truth is, if you do something one time, you'll also do it for a final time. One of these days, we'll all leave this earth, and the family and friends that remain will be left with only memories. So I urge all of you to simply slow down, take that extra time, and make the extra effort to spend time with your family and friends. You never know when it's going to be the last gathering with a particular family member. As time goes on, I'm learning that the hours spent stirring apples isn't really about the aching shoulders that you get from stirring. It's not the smell of wooden fire on all of your clothes or even the final product of apple butter. But it's about the time that we all spent together and the memories that we create.